All right, looks like we are live. It's 4:30 on the nose. Let's double check that time. 4:31 now, to be exact. Today, first time ever, I am doing a black cherry salmon with a citrus quinoa. Because of knowing how much prep and time it would take, I prepped everything and already wrote out the recipe. And let's go over the ingredients. That gray looking pretty rough there. Got a wine dinner August the 2nd. I want to say 12 seats left for this August the 2nd wine dinner. Today I didn't do an apron that is made by my lovely wife. I just came with the chef jacket with the Chuck Love. As you know, this is your boy, Chef Chuck Love. About to show you the versatility of my seasoning and also my dressing. This is actually the first video for my dressing, so I'm kind of stoked about that. I picked something I've never made before and just kind of went with it. Why? For the love of food. I explain that to everybody every time. One, I didn't want it just to be a cooking show, as I'm going to talk about some of my lovely things that I love so much. And one of them I'm going to go ahead and flash over. We just did a big run today. Let's flip that camera. Is my babies, my plants. Oh, that's from the cooking show. My wife wants it in the kitchen or in the dining room area, so that's from the cooking show. Hey, Miss Sue, the dressing is amazing. Thank you. Well, today I'm about to show you how to use the dressing besides dressing. This is something that I'm working on, my terrarium. I'm gonna put a fish in there. I got my clippings, but I love, this is a pink princess. Sue, you love pink. I know you're not a plant person, but why are we talking about plants during the cooking show? Well, because this is what I love, and that's why. These are all my babies. One of my new babies right there. And then you can see over there the big, large Monstera, the Vinici with the Hundo. And that's all my plants. So I had to talk about my plants a little bit just because they're my babies and I love them. I have some giveaways. Let me see what I have here. I think this purple and white is a 2X. Then I have a brown apron. I have a blue apron. I think this is a large, if I'm not mistaken. I made this for Pride Month. Yes, it's a large. I will be giving away, you and your wife love plants. Yes, she's always loved them. This one's black and white. It's a large, but I've like literally took over. Then my Coats one is an extra large. So I have an extra large, I have a 2 larges, and a 2X. And I have 2 aprons, and then I got a little, what I call love bag. Oh, look at my little plant, snuck into the video. Oh, wow, 13 people watching already. All right, let's get to the love making of food, for the love of food. I'm gonna go over all my ingredients and talk about them a little bit. All right, this is my Chilean salmon that I picked up from Myers. I normally would get it at like a meat place, but I really was pressed for time, so that was kind of messed up. I got some diced red onions. I picked some feta with garlic. I have some dried cranberries that I chopped up. I'm gonna toast off some almonds. I got some curly parsley chopped up, some mint, cucumbers, mandarin, oranges. I picked some purple kale, which originally wasn't in there, but I'm adding fiber to my diet more. Got some orange zest, some cucumbers, red peppers. I got some onions that I chopped up finely, and I put it in ice water so that it will curl up just for a garnish. I got orange juice. I got lemon juice. And then, oh, you can't forget the black cherry. You see that one's open. Because I'm going to use it in my quinoa. Then, of course, the Chuck Love seasoning. There's an open one, and 2 fresh bottles. And the logo, my sexy knives. If you're interested in getting a custom knife, please let me know. I do have a knife guy that will take care of you. All right, so now, made with love, recipe, and the Chuck Love logo cutting board. My wife don't want me to use this one because she likes it for the way it looks. All right, so wife is gonna be the camera person, and we're about to start working on this salmon. I have my oven preheated at 425. I already made my quinoa because it needs to chill, and unfortunately, the first batch of quinoa I made wasn't right, so I turned around and had to make another batch on the fly. So I put it in the freezer to get cold. Now we're about to rock and roll. I need to grab some gloves because of this salmon. That's salmon right there. All right, so we're gonna give the camera to the wife so she can record. All right, now I'm getting my gloves because I don't touch salmon without my gloves. Sometimes I will, you hear me always say no glove, no love, but there's times that I will turn around and wash my hands and then just do the veggies and stuff like that because I wash my hands and I like more touching of the product with my hands. But with the salmon, no. So for me, I like the salmon thin to win. So I'm gonna say that's my piece because I like it thin. Then we're gonna just cut a couple more pieces off. This knife, normally I could just strike it once. I did not get to the market today. I choose to sleep in today. But I'm not gonna cook all this salmon today. I'm gonna use this for other pieces. And then I think I'm gonna cut this one like that so I can get another small piece, a little thin piece. That'll be mine. My wife likes it thick, so that'll be hers. These two will just be extras. There's my salmon. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take one glove off. And then we're gonna get this stovetop nice and hot. We got some olive oil right here. Put that tip right there so we don't lose it. Once this, I always do this. I hate electric, I swear. Once I get this all hot and ready, then I'm going to go ahead and put some olive oil in there. And then what we're going to do is pan sear the salmon. I was going to cook it on the grill, but I was afraid because it looked like it was going to rain when I got home. It has not rained, but I didn't want to take that chance. So I just turned around and said, I'm going to pan sear it. But you can grill it and then baste the black cherry vinaigrette over it like a barbecue glaze. That's the best way of cooking it. But today, I'm going to cook it a different way. I'm going to do it in the skillet. So I put a little bit of water in there just to see it evaporate and go away so I know when my skillet's getting nice and hot. Once that water pretty much disappears, I can go ahead and deglaze my pan. I'm not deep frying it, I'm just pan searing it. So I really just want to get a nice little coat on the bottom just so that I can get it nice and evenly spread it out. Maybe a little bit more. You heard that beeping noise? That beeping noise is letting me know that my oven is now at 425. So I'm gonna put the put the pan straight in the oven. Then I have this little skillet, my Hexglad. I love them to death. Thank you for Jenna and Laura for hooking me up. I'm gonna take my almonds and I'm gonna sprinkle it throughout. Sounds like my little doggy wants to be let in, so I'm about to let him in because he does not care about me cooking. Notice I didn't touch anything with my glove yet because this is a clean glove. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here and try not to burn them up because they're notorious for that. Then I'm gonna turn around. Right now I'm waiting for my skillet to get nice and hot. I don't like using oven mitts. I'll just get an old rag and grab it. I'm just not an oven mitt type person.
It's a dish rag.
Well, dish rag, oven rag for me. All right, you're starting to see a little bit of smoke coming from there. I'm gonna wait, get it nice and hot. Now, the best thing to do is serve it face down. But before we do it, bam, the Chuck Love. And let me know when they say something so I can comment if they got questions. So right now, I'm gonna put a nice, lightly generous coat over my salmon. I know a lot of y'all get scared, including my wife. Yeah, we'll give her this piece. Just gonna cook 2 pieces. You know, next, if I get my neighbors on here, I'll have cook one for the neighbors. Notice how nice, generous coat of that. All right, nice and smoking over here now. So I'm gonna serve. This is your face side up. So you want to put it down. Hear that sizzle? That's what you want to hear. All right, now take that glove off because we're not gonna need it no more. We gotta watch out for our little doggy. I would say about 1 minute on each side. You want to get a nice little crust on it, and you want to have some charredness. Like if you look at it now, it's not ready. See that? It's not ready yet. Now the thicker piece is going to take longer than the thinner piece. I like the thinner piece because I like mine's more well done. Just to kind of get rid of some of the salmon stuff, and pretty much my wife likes it well done with it thick. You want to get a nice little coat on there. You want to get a little bit of crispy, it's charred. I kept the skin on because I want to get that skin nice and crispy as I throw it in the oven and let it cook. And then I'm going to turn around and start making my quinoa once I put my salmon in. We are well done salmon people here. But in the restaurant, they serve it medium well, so it's a little bit more juicier. I feel like it's still juicy regardless. Look at that salmon, how it looks. I want to get a little bit more darker on there. And because this is so thick and my wife likes it well done, I'm going to sear it. And you can always check your salmon like I am right here. This has probably got another second or so on there. And I'm pressing down so I can get a nice little even charredness on there. I wish I had my fish spatula. I left it at George's when I did a wine dinner. Look at that. That's how I want that. Look at that. That's sexy. That's even more sexy. I'm searing it on this side just because how thick it is. This is where the tongs will come into play. See that logo again? And nice and get that skin nice and crispy. Come on, baby. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the oven. Not for the inexperienced. Alright, I'm going to let them almonds cook a little bit more. Let this cool down. Got one clean glove. Wipe up some of that grease a little bit. Clean as you go. If you want your wife to be happy and not kick you out the house. I'm going to take this knife and put it in this sink because it's dirty. And I'm going to take my salmon and move it out of my way as well. And then put it pretty much right there for the time being. Then I'm going to come over here, wipe my little area up, and then I'm going to get my quinoa. Like I said, I put my quinoa in the freezer due to the fact that I didn't want it to be warm. So hopefully it's nice and chilled by now. Rubber spatula. Still got a little heat on it. But it'll be alright. Alright. So I want to make sure I don't overcook my almonds. I'm not worried about the salmon. We just put the salmon in there. Nice and little toasted. Toasted to release the oils and to get that really full flavor out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip up the dressing. I'm going to go ahead, since I'm going to whip up the dressing, give me a little bit longer to put my quinoa back in the freezer. It's not hot. That's good. So I want it cold as possible. So I stirred it up a little bit, put it in the freezer. Normally I would make this quinoa like the night before and then throw it all together, but today I can't because I'm making a show and I kind of slept in today. Okay. All right. So George's Black Cherry Vinaigrette. Go to George's Neighborhood Grill. Been around forever. Me, Uncle Jimmy, Aunt Karen, and the George family ran that restaurant for many, many years. So I need 1/4 cup of black cherry vinaigrette. All right. Trying to get all that out of there. All right. So I got that black cherry right here, freshly squeezed orange juice. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice without the seeds. Then I'm gonna put a little stir to it. And the reason why I add more to it is because I'm turning around and making it real citrusy with a little bit of cherry. And my wife got on me about last video saying, hey babe, make sure you get everything out before, guess what, honey? I forgot the honey. That is, yes, this is the honey that we got from the farmer's market. So this is Eagle Creek pure honey that I got from, I don't know if you can really see it. And this is the summer floral edition. So because of all that citrus we added in there, and I said I didn't need the spoons anymore, and I guess what, I need the spoons. So let me get this spoons out of here. Alright, I just need a tablespoon of summer honey. A reason why I love local honey, one, because it's good for your allergies. And this is the summer. It's got a little flowery taste to it, but it is really good. I really like this honey place. Eagle Creek honey. I got it from the Carmel's Farmer Market on Saturday mornings. It was from 8 to 12, I think. I got there at 12 o'clock. And they were all shut down. All right, there. So that is all I need. And then want to whisk it up. I truly say invest into one of these right here. Camera lady over here. I think that you should invest in that because it is really good. All right, so now on my recipe, I put 2 tastes. We're going to put a little bit in there.
What are you putting in there?
This is the Chef's Love. A lot of OGs call it Chuck Love. We're going to stir it up with the spoon just because I'm going to use the spoon for my tasting. You want to make sure you mix it up real good when you put salt just so it can dissolve a little bit. All right, now let's try this. It's good. Really citrusy black cherry vinaigrette. All right, so I got my dressing. I got everything for that. Now I'm about to get my quinoa that I am trying to rush to get cooked. All right, so here's my quinoa. I'm gonna take this black cherry and I'm gonna pour it in here because I need this for my salmon. It's time to glaze the salmon. Look at that salmon. Ooh. You press on it, and it's starting to break. Right here, it's not. Oh yeah, it's almost done. So I'm gonna glaze this bad boy. Kind of dolloping, just so I can kind of get a nice thick coat of it on here. I had Jamie Morris for Michigan football, gave him a few bottles of my seasoning and my dressing, and he was using the dressing for barbecue sauce and said, man, that's some good barbecue. I said, brother, that is actually dressing. He said, oh my God, I've been putting on salmon and chicken. I said, well, it's good on both of those. So it's funny that you say that. I remember one time grabbing this without just not thinking. So now I'm going to pretty much bake that in. Wipe up my mask a little bit. All right. So, a rubber spatula. Quinoa is looking good. I added a little bit of couscous in it. Just one because I love it, and then two because I was running low. All right. So now, right here on the red onions, we got 1/4 cup. On the dry black cherries that I chopped up finally, my wife just stepped on my Jordans.
I'm sorry.
And, you know, people die over this type of stuff. This is cranberries that I chopped up very finely. This is purple kale that I chopped up and added. You know, I'm not going to put it all in yet. This is a 1/2 cup of cucumbers that I chopped up, English cucumbers. This is a teaspoon of orange zest. Come out here. The zest don't want to come out. It's coming out today. This is chopped up mint, 2 tablespoons. This is chopped up curly parsley, and that is 1 tablespoon. This is bell peppers, and it's a 1/2 cup, and it is a male pepper. If you know, you know. This is 2 mandarin oranges, segments. And I'm going to put the feta in last.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's very colorful. You know, I love color, probably because I'm a half-breed, mixed, black and white. So I guess I could trust the process of knowing that 1/2 cup is plenty. Kale was something I added on at the last minute. Stacking up my dishes, kind of keeping my area tight and right and clean. All right, so it's coming together, looking really, really good. Then I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna sprinkle that in last. Then now it's time for the dressing. I'm gonna save a little bit of that dressing. Just a little bit. Mix that dressing up in there. You hear the camera lady that's talking. Oh my goodness. It smells divine, that's for sure. All right, put a little bit more. I'm still gonna save a little bit. Hold back, hold back. All right, now, favorite part, tasting. I wanna make sure I get a little bit of everything. This is gonna be the bomb. You get the orange, A little bit of the black cherry mint hits at the very end. Absolutely crazy. All right, now I'm sprinkling in my feta cheese, and the reason why I didn't sprinkle it in because it's a little delicate, and I don't want it to like break up real bad. That's gonna add a little salt and then a little bit more color. And then that was 1/4 as well. And you can always add more if you want. And it really looks like it could use probably a 1/2 cup total. All right, so there's that. Then tap that handle. It's a little bit warm. Then we're going to sprinkle in those nuts.
And those are almonds?
Yes, ma'am. Almonds, and it's 1/4 cup of almonds. So, yeah. Almonds is a lot for the texture too. Get a little crunch. So then I got that. Take some of these dishes away. I'm gonna do some meal prepping this week. I might record a couple of those videos and put them on TikTok. I haven't done my live video for TikTok yet, but I'm gonna start doing it. I did buy some pretty cool looking plates, the little heart-shaped plates. I can smell that black cherry in the oven. I'm gonna look at it. Oh yeah, it's looking good. I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer. Now it's time for plating. So, I am going to wash my hands real quick. See me washing my hands, people. So I'm going to touch food without having gloves on, but you see, washing the nails and everything. All right. Hands are dried. I need a bigger spoon. I guess I used the wrong spoon. I bet you there's not one in here. Yes. Yay. Alright, so I'm going to turn around. You know what? I'm only going to plate one. I'm not going to plate two. I want to make sure I get a little bit of everything in there. I want some height. What's that say? She said, you and your wife love plants. This dressing is amazing. Way to wash the hands. Thank you, Jenna. Alright, so I got my good amount of quinoa on here. I'll dry my hands off a little bit more. Now it's time to get that salmon out the oven. How many minutes are we into recording?
28 minutes.
28 minutes. So that gives you an idea. I could have cooked the quinoa and everything, but I couldn't chop everything up and get it all done in 28 minutes. But I think in about 45 minutes I could total. So that gives you an idea of how long it takes. Got to make sure I get that bad boy right. Don't want to burn myself. There's that salmon. I'm gonna plate up this. Guess that plate is a little too small. I don't like that.
Not for my piece.
Not for your piece? You said. So I saved a little bit of that so I can kind of like. Then I turned around. And these are my onions that I chopped up nice and finely. I put it in ice water. So right now I'm just more or less like getting that water off of there. So when you put it in ice water, it turns around and gets real curly. So it gives it a nice fancy look to it. We're gonna get a little bit more. Oh, we don't like that. That piece gotta go. It's too thick. All right, getting that water off of there. Bam. There you go. Take over that. There's that salmon, black cherry salmon with a citrus quinoa. There's the citrus quinoa. Go to George's Neighborhood Grill to get your black cherry vinaigrette and your Chef Love seasoning. Check out that sexy knife, that sexy dish. Technically, I would put that on a bigger plate just because of how it is. Looks amazing, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Sue. I am about to dive in here in a second and let y'all know exactly how good it is. But it does look amazing. I love the garnish. Maybe I run this for a special at George's next month. I normally, the first month I started this show, flip this camera. The first month I started this show, I was doing the specials at George's, but I didn't get a lot of buzz off of it, so I didn't really want to like keep constantly doing that. But I really need people to start coming in. Great idea, thank you. But I need people to come in and try those dishes out, and then also order the dressing, order the seasoning at the restaurant. You can get both of them. I said today that I would do a giveaway. Sue, you was the first person in here. What would you like? Would you like a t-shirt? Would you like the love bag? Or would you like a, you know what? Look what else I got. Ta-da. Or would you like a cutting board? Sue, you was my first person in the room. So what do you like? Do you want a t-shirt? I got this purple. It's kind of blingy for you. Cutting board. All right, I'll get you a cutting board. I'll bring it to work. I got the butter for you as well. This is the board butter. And then I also have directions on how to take care of it. My boy, Chef Paul, he's amazing. He's the guy that made him. Go ahead and give you a look. It's got the logo on there. That's the board butter. I know he's got black walnut. I think this was Pacadoo wood or something. He didn't make the cheap wood. Dang. Sue, get all the luck. Well, Jenna, she beat you in the room. And so maybe, you know what, Jenna? What would you like? Would you want a t-shirt or would you like a love bag? I have a t-shirt. Jenna, well, you know what? I would have to specially make one for you. But if you want one, I'll make one for you, a small. And then I also have this cute little love bag, and it's in that sexy Michigan colors. The secret ingredient is love. Nothing on the back. We could put your name on here, Jenna, or your restaurant. World peace. You want world peace? Well, honey, I cannot give that to you, okay? I'm sorry, but you know what? We can change the world with one bite at a time. So speaking of bite, I think it's time to try this salmon dish and see how it is. I guess next time my wife will remember I need a fork for the final part since she gets on me about it. Let's flip it so you can get that dive. I'm gonna go right up here. All look nice and done. I'm gonna drop that piece back down. Get some of that dressing on there. Trying to make sure I get a little bit of everything. All that cucumber. I want a little bit of that citrus. Oh, hold on. Get that citrus. All right. Black cherry salmon with the citrus quinoa. Besides it being a thick piece of salmon, it's fire. That the quinoa is really the show taker. This quinoa is so good. It's got a lot of flavor. That mint, wow, just kind of cleanse your palate. It's just so refreshing. It is really a great summer dish. So you know what? With that being said, the month of August, we'll run the black cherry salmon at George's Neighborhood Grill. Please come to George's Neighborhood Grill. Try this dish. It is definitely to die for. You can get this dressing, make it at home yourself. If you don't want to come to the restaurant, just go to the restaurant. You're going to need this. You got to get the chef's love, and you got to get this. You got to get both of these to make this dish. And this dish is absolutely amazing. Like, the quinoa is just off the chain. That salmon, oh my God. Like, I just ate earlier, but I can eat again. All I can say is the month of August coming, blue is going off because somebody came to the door. So, once again, thank you. Everybody wants to see blue, maybe. And I think that's it for this segment of cooking with Chef Chuck Love for the love of food today. And Jenna, I know what you want. I'm going to take some of this quinoa to the restaurant so that you can get this dish at George's in the next few days. So you'll be the first person to try it, and that's what you win today. So everybody's a winner. I know when I first popped on, I had 13 people. It says I got 6 now. Y'all have a blessed day as well. And thank you. And this is Plant Daddy. Hold on. The Shoe Man. Got the black, white, and gold. To match. Hit the wrong button and disappeared. So, with that being said, peace, love, hair grease, as always. Wife is over there smashing the salmon. She's eating like dog and is literally going crazy. Should we go ahead and get her on the camera?
No.
Bam! See, look at her. She's over here. She couldn't wait.
No.
She could not wait to get that salmon. Look at her diving in. Look how much salmon is already gone. Like, she is, Oh, she didn't know I was recording her. See, this is what happens when you're married to a chef. She said, hey, wifey. Miss Sue said, hey, wife. Hey, what's up, Mike? I see Mike's on. Mississippi Mike. Thanks for popping in. This is the end of it. Once again, thank you for coming on my channel. I would love to see this page grow more and more. Next month in August, we're going to do the black cherry salmon at George's Neighborhood Grill. So, peace, love, hair grease. I'm out of here like last year. Deuces.